Hello, and welcome to Mythical Stories. Tonight we're going on a journey through the four elements, earth, water, fire, and air, to meet the gentle creatures that embody each one. These aren't chaotic forces of destruction. Tonight we're discovering the peaceful side of elemental beings, the quiet guardians who maintain balance, the gentle spirits who remind us that even the most powerful forces in nature can be calm, nurturing, and deeply restful. Before we begin, let's take a moment to settle in. Find a comfortable position. Let your body sink into your bed, feeling the solid earth beneath you, supporting you completely. Now, take a deep breath in through your nose, drawing in air, that invisible element that sustains all life, and let it out slowly through your mouth, releasing it like smoke from a gentle flame, like mist over water. Again, breathe in deeply, feeling air fill your lungs, and release, feeling your shoulders drop, your jaw relax, your whole body softening like clay, like water, like anything that knows how to yield, how to flow, how to change shape without resistance. One more time, breathe in, and let everything go, sinking deeper into earth, deeper into peace, deeper into the elemental calm that exists at the foundation of all things. Perfect. You don't need to do anything but listen. You can close your eyes or keep them gently open, like looking at the soft glow of embers, like watching ripples on still water. There's nowhere you need to be, nothing you need to remember, nothing you need to understand. Just rest, just be still. Let's begin our journey through the peaceful world of elemental creatures. We'll start with the element of earth, the most solid, the most stable, the most grounding of all the elements. And here we meet the gnomes, the dwarves, the earth elementals who live deep underground, who tend to crystals and metals, who know every stone and every grain of soil. In European folklore, gnomes are small, sturdy beings who live in the earth, not on it, but in it. They make their homes in caves and tunnels, in the spaces between rocks, in places where humans rarely go, and light never reaches. But this darkness isn't frightening to the gnomes. It's home. It's comfortable. It's where they belong. Gnomes are said to be incredibly patient. They have to be. They work with stone, which changes so slowly that a human lifetime isn't long enough to see it move. They tend to crystals that take thousands of years to grow. They mine veins of metal that formed millions of years ago and will last millions more. Everything in the gnomes' world operates on geological time, slow, steady, patient beyond human comprehension. Imagine what it would be like to have that kind of patience, to never be in a hurry, to know with absolute certainty that everything happens in its own time, and rushing won't help, and waiting is not wasted time, but simply the natural pace at which things unfold. The gnomes know this patience in their bones. They have lived with stone long enough to learn its lessons. Stone teaches that stability comes from staying still, that strength comes from being grounded, that the most powerful force isn't movement, but presence, just being there, solid and unmovable, and absolutely certain of your place in the world. You can learn from the gnomes tonight. You can adopt their patience, their groundedness, their absolute comfort with stillness. You don't need to go anywhere. You don't need to do anything. You can simply be here, solid and still, and perfectly content to let time pass without needing to fill it with activity or thought. The gnomes' homes are said to be surprisingly comfortable. Yes, they're underground, but they're not dank or unpleasant. the gnomes know how to work with earth? They create smooth walls and level floors. They channel underground streams for fresh water. They cultivate mushrooms and root vegetables that grow in darkness. They light their homes with phosphorescent crystals that glow softly, never harsh, never bright, just a gentle luminescence that's easier on the eyes than sunlight. Your bedroom is like a gnome's home right now. It's your cave, your den, your underground refuge from the bright, busy world above. Here, you're protected. Here, you're safe. Here, you can rest in darkness or soft light, surrounded by comfort, held by the earth, grounded and stable and completely secure. The gnomes spend much of their time simply sitting with stone, not working it, not shaping it, just sitting with it, listening to it, learning from it. Stone has memory. It remembers the heat and pressure that formed it. It remembers the slow cooling, the gradual crystallization, the patient process of becoming what it is. The gnomes can read this memory. They can feel the stone's history just by touching it. And in this communion with stone, they find peace. They find connection. They find a sense of being part of something vast and ancient and utterly stable. You can commune with your body the same way. Your body has memory too. It remembers every experience you've ever had. It carries the history of your ancestors in your DNA. It's connected to the earth through every mineral in your bones, every salt in your blood, every element that makes up your physical form. Feel that connection now? Feel the weight of your body pressing into the bed? Feel the solidity of it. Feel how real and substantial and earthly you are. You're not just thoughts floating in space. You're matter. You're earth. You're as real and solid as stone. And that solidity is something you can rest into. Something you can trust. Something you can surrender to completely. The gnomes are especially protective of sleeping creatures. In fairy tales, gnomes often help lost travelers find shelter, or they watch over children who have wandered too far from home. They're not intervening dramatically, they're just present, just watching, just making sure that vulnerable beings are safe while they rest. You have the same protection tonight. The gnome spirits, the earth elementals, they're aware of you. They know you're preparing for sleep, and in their slow, patient, silent way, they're watching over you. Not intrusively, not demanding anything in return, just present, just protective, just ensuring that your rest is undisturbed and safe. In some traditions, gnomes are said to be the guardians of treasure, gold and jewels hidden deep in the earth. But the real treasure they guard isn't material wealth. It's something more valuable. It's the treasure of deep rest, of complete relaxation, of the kind of sleep that leaves you feeling restored and renewed and ready to face whatever comes. This treasure is buried deep, just like the gnome's gold. You can't reach it by staying on the surface. You have to go down into the depths of yourself, down into the underground of your unconscious, down into the dark, safe caves where the deepest rest lives. The gnomes know the way. They've been traveling these underground passages for millennia, and they're willing to guide you if you'll let them. Just follow them down into darkness, down into earth, down into the deep, restful places where treasure waits. The gnomes move slowly through their tunnels. They don't rush. They carry lanterns that cast a small circle of light, just enough to see the next few steps, but no more. They don't need to see far ahead. They know these tunnels by heart. They've walked them countless times. They trust that the path will be there, that the way is safe, that they'll arrive when they arrive. You can move towards sleep the same way. You don't need to see the whole journey. You don't need to know exactly when you'll fall asleep or what the path will look like. You just need to take the next step, the next breath, the next small release of tension, the next tiny letting go. The gnomes will guide you. The earth will hold you. And step by slow step, breath by gentle breath, you'll descend into sleep. The deepest teaching of the gnomes is this: you are enough exactly as you are, right now. Stone doesn't need to become something else to have value. A rock is perfect in its rockness. Earth is perfect in its earthness. And you are perfect in your you-ness. You don't need to improve or change or become anything other than what you are. The gnomes would never suggest otherwise. They accept Earth exactly as it is. They work with what's there. They find beauty in every stone, treasure in every crystal, value in every grain of soil. And they see you the same way. Valuable, perfect, exactly as you should be. Let this acceptance sink into you. Let it settle like sediment, like minerals crystallizing, like anything that becomes solid and permanent and unchangeable. You are enough. You are valuable. You are perfect exactly as you are. And you deserve to rest completely and without reservation. Let's rise now from the underground, from the realm of earth, and journey to the element of water. Here we meet the undines, the water sprites, the gentle beings who live in rivers and lakes and oceans, who know the language of waves and currents, who understand flow in a way earth creatures never could. Undines are said to be beautiful and graceful, moving through water like they're dancing. But their beauty isn't about appearance. It's about the way they embody water's essential nature, fluid, adaptable, always flowing, always finding the easiest path, always moving around obstacles rather than fighting through them. Water doesn't struggle, it doesn't force, it simply flows. And if it encounters a rock, it goes around. If it encounters a cliff, it falls as a waterfall. If it encounters a depression, it fills it as a lake. Water adapts to whatever container holds it, whatever landscape shapes it, whatever conditions it encounters. The undines have learned this wisdom deeply. They never fight against anything. They never resist what is. They simply flow with whatever comes, adapting instantly, changing shape without changing essence, remaining water no matter what form they take. You can learn this fluidity from the undines. When you encounter resistance, whether external or internal, you don't need to fight it. You can simply flow around it. When you encounter obstacles to sleep, thoughts or sounds or physical discomfort, you don't need to struggle against them. You can simply adapt, adjust, flow into a different position or a different focus, remaining yourself while changing shape to fit the moment. The undines live in many different waters, some in mountain streams, cold and fast-moving, some in lowland rivers, wide and slow, some in lakes, still and deep, some in the ocean, vast and rhythmic. Each type of water has its own character, its own pace, its own way of being. But all of it is still water. All of it flows according to the same principles. All of it eventually returns to the sea. You move through different states too. Sometimes you're like a mountain stream, energetic and quick. Sometimes you're like a wide river, steady and purposeful. Sometimes you're like a still lake, calm and reflective. And sometimes, like now, you're like the ocean at night, vast and dark and moving slowly with the ancient rhythm of tides. All of these states are you. All of them are natural. All of them are exactly what you should be in that moment. The undines don't judge one type of water as better than another. They love the stream and the river and the lake and the ocean equally. They understand that each has its time, its place, its purpose. In folklore, undines are often associated with healing. Water heals, it cleanses wounds, washes away impurities, brings life to everything it touches. A garden without water dies. A body without water dies. Water is life itself, in its most basic, most essential form. The undines carry this healing power. Where they swim, life flourishes. Plants grow greener. Fish multiply. The water itself becomes clearer, cleaner, more alive. Not because the undines are trying to heal or fix anything, simply because that's what water does. That's what it is. Healing is its nature. You have this same healing power within you. Your body is mostly water. Your blood is water carrying nutrients and oxygen. Your tears are water washing away pain. Your sweat is water cooling and cleansing. And tonight, as you sleep, water within you will do its healing work. It will flush away toxins. It will hydrate cells. It will maintain the fluid balance that keeps you alive and healthy and whole. The undines know about tides, about the pull of the moon, about how water rises and falls in eternal rhythm. This rhythm is built into everything that lives. Your body has circadian rhythms, tidal rhythms, cycles of hormone release, and temperature change that follow the same patterns as ocean tides. Right now, your body is in its low tide. Your temperature has dropped slightly. Your metabolism has slowed. Your consciousness is ebbing, pulling back like water retreating from the shore. This is natural. This is exactly what should be happening. The tide goes out so it can come in again. Consciousness ebbs so it can flow back in the morning. You're not losing anything. You're just following the rhythm, the ancient pattern, the eternal tide. In some stories, undines can grant wishes, but only certain kinds of wishes. They can't give you wealth or power or anything solid or fixed. But they can give you flow. They can help you adapt. They can teach you how to move through life with less resistance, less struggle, less friction. This is a more valuable gift than any treasure. To move through life like water, flowing easily, adapting instantly, never stuck, never blocked, always finding a way forward. The undines are offering you this gift tonight, the gift of flow, the gift of letting go, the gift of surrendering to the current of sleep instead of fighting it, of flowing into unconsciousness instead of trying to force it or control it. Just flow. Just let go. Just allow yourself to be carried by the current that's already moving through you, the current of your own biology, your own need for rest, your own body's wisdom about when and how to sleep. The undines' favorite time is twilight, when the water reflects the sky perfectly, when you can't tell where water ends and air begins, when everything is soft and blurred and beautiful. This is the time between times, the liminal moment, the threshold. You're in your own twilight now, between waking and sleeping, between day and night, between the solid world and the fluid world of dreams. The undines are most present in these liminal times. They're here with you now, surrounding you like water, supporting you completely, holding you in their fluid embrace. You can trust them. You can relax into their support. Water never drops you. It holds you effortlessly, supporting your weight without any strain, without any effort, just naturally, automatically, because that's what water does. Your bed is like water tonight, fluid, supporting, holding you without effort. You can float here. You can let yourself be completely supported. You don't need to hold yourself up. You don't need to maintain any tension or control. Just let the water hold you. Just float. Just rest. The undines sing sometimes, though their songs have no words, just sounds. The gurgle of a brook, the crash of waves, the patter of rain, the drip of a spring. These are the undines' songs, and they're more soothing than any human music could ever be. Listen for their song now. Maybe you can hear water somewhere, rain outside, a faucet dripping, or maybe you just remember the sound of water, the peace it brings, the way it instantly calms and soothes and creates a sense of safety. Let that sound, real or remembered, become the undines' lullaby. Let it wash over you. Let it carry you deeper into relaxation, deeper into peace, deeper into the fluid realm where sleep waits. The ocean is calling. The undines are calling. The water is calling you home. And home is sleep. Home is rest. Home is the vast, dark, peaceful ocean of unconsciousness where you can finally, completely, absolutely let go. Let's rise now from water and journey to the element of fire. Here we meet the salamanders, not the small amphibians, but the fire elementals, the beings made of flame who live in hearths and candles, and the gentle fires that warm without burning, that illuminate without blinding, that bring comfort and peace. Salamanders, in elemental tradition, are creatures of pure fire. But fire isn't just destruction. Fire is also warmth, light, the force that cooks food and keeps us warm and creates the cozy atmosphere of a campfire on a cold night. The salamanders we're visiting tonight are these gentle fires, not the wild conflagration, but the contained flame, the candle flame, the fireplace, the small, steady fire that serves and comforts and asks nothing in return except a bit of fuel to sustain it. These salamanders are small and bright and constantly moving because fire never stands still. But their movement isn't frantic or anxious. It's like dancing, like joy made visible, like energy that's content to simply exist, to simply burn, to simply be what it is without needing to consume or destroy or grow beyond its bounds. Imagine a salamander small as a mouse, made entirely of soft orange flame. It sits in the embers of a dying fire, comfortable in the heat that would destroy any physical creature. It doesn't need to eat or sleep or do anything except exist, burning gently, radiating warmth, being fire in its purest, most peaceful form. The salamanders teach us about energy that's focused and contained. Fire needs boundaries. Without a fireplace or a candle or some container, fire spreads and becomes dangerous. But when it's properly contained, fire is one of the most comforting presences imaginable. You have your own fire inside you, your metabolism, your body temperature, the constant burning of calories that keeps you alive and warm and functioning. This fire is burning right now, even as you rest. It's slower than during the day, but it's still there, a gentle metabolic flame that will burn steadily all night long, maintaining your temperature, powering your healing, keeping you alive. The salamanders watch over this inner fire. They make sure it doesn't burn too hot or too cool. They maintain the perfect temperature for rest, for healing, for the deep work your body does while you sleep. In alchemy, salamanders represent transformation. Fire changes things. It turns wood to ash, ore to metal, raw food to cooked. Fire is the element of change, of transformation, of things becoming other than what they were. But tonight's transformation is gentle. You're not being destroyed or dramatically changed. You're simply being transformed from waking to sleeping, from active to restful, from doing to being. This transformation is as natural as a candle burning down, as gentle as embers fading from orange to red to black. Nothing violent, nothing frightening, just a slow, peaceful change from one state to another. The salamanders are guiding this transformation. They know fire. They know how to let it burn down naturally, how to let it transform without forcing, how to guide the process without controlling it. They're with you now, these small, bright beings, watching your transformation from waking to sleeping, ensuring it happens smoothly, naturally, peacefully. Fire is often associated with passion and intensity, but fire can also be incredibly peaceful. Think of watching a fire in a fireplace. The flames dancing, the embers glowing, the gentle crackling sound. There's something hypnotic about it, something that naturally quiets the mind and soothes the spirit. The salamanders know this peaceful side of fire. They're not the lightning strike or the forest fire. They're the candle flame, the banked coals, the small, steady fire that burns all night, keeping the house warm, never demanding attention, never threatening, just being there, reliable and comforting and safe. Your own inner fire is like this, reliable, steady, burning quietly in every cell, maintaining life, asking for nothing, just doing what it does, because that's its nature. You can trust this fire. You can relax into its warmth. You can let it do its work while you sleep, knowing it will keep you warm and alive and safe until morning. In some traditions, salamanders are said to be attracted to creativity and joy. They gather around artists and musicians and anyone doing work they love, because that's when human fire burns brightest. Not the fire of anger or anxiety, but the fire of passion, of engagement, of being fully alive and present in what you're doing. But salamanders also understand that this bright burning requires rest. Even fire needs to die down sometimes, needs to become embers, needs to rest in a lower state so it can burn bright again later. You've burned brightly today in whatever way was yours to burn. And now it's time to become embers, time to let the flames die down, time to glow softly in the darkness, maintaining just enough heat to restart the fire in the morning, but not burning actively, not consuming, not doing anything except resting in your own warmth. The salamanders are showing you how. Watch the fire die down. Watch the flames shrink. Watch the wood become coals, red and glowing, but not aflame. Watch the heat remain even as the light fades. This is you now. Your light is fading into sleep, but your warmth remains. Your aliveness remains. Your essential fire remains, just in a quieter form, a resting form, an ember form that will burst into flame again when morning comes. Fire makes a home feel safe. A candle in the window, a fire in the hearth, the warm glow that says someone is here, someone is home, everything is well. Your body is your home. Your inner fire makes it safe and warm and comfortable. And tonight, that fire is banking down, creating the perfect temperature for rest, for sleep, for the deep comfort of being home, being safe, being warm. The salamanders whisper their blessing in crackles and pops. Sleep warm, they say. Rest in your own fire. Let the embers glow gently through the night. We are here. We are tending the flame. You are safe. Let's rise one more time. From fire to the element of air. Here we meet the sylphs, the air spirits, the invisible beings who ride the wind, who breathe with every living creature, who understand that the space between things is not empty, but full of possibility, full of movement, full of life. Sylphs are said to be the most ethereal of all elementals. You can never quite see them, only glimpse them from the corner of your eye. A shimmer in the air, a sudden breeze with no apparent source. The feeling that something just passed by, though nothing visible moved. The sylphs are as invisible as air itself, as weightless, as free. They have no solid form because air has no solid form. They're constantly moving because air is constantly moving. They're everywhere and nowhere, like breath, like wind, like the atmosphere that surrounds everything but can't be grasped or held or pinned down. The sylphs teach about letting go, about not clinging, about being light enough to float, to fly, to move without resistance through the world. Air doesn't try to hold onto anything. It flows through your fingers. It moves around obstacles. It fills every empty space without any effort. And then it moves on, never attached, never stuck, never holding onto what's already past. You can learn this lightness from the sylphs. You can learn to let thoughts pass through, like wind through trees, not grabbing onto them, not wrestling with them, not trying to hold them or push them away, just letting them pass, just being the open space through which thoughts and feelings and sensations move, come and go, rise and fade, without any of it sticking, without any of it becoming solid or permanent or problematic. The sylphs are associated with breath. Every time you breathe, you're engaging with the sylphs, drawing them into your body, letting them bring oxygen to your cells, and then releasing them again, sending them back out into the world, carrying carbon dioxide that plants will breathe in and transform back into oxygen. Breath is the most intimate connection between you and the world. Every breath is an exchange, an interaction, a moment of absolute connection between your inner world and the outer world. And the sylphs facilitate this connection. They're the messengers between you and everything else. They carry oxygen to you and carry your breath away, mixing it with the breath of trees and oceans and every other breathing being, creating the vast respiration of the planet itself. Feel your breath now. Feel the sylphs entering your body with each inhale. Feel them leaving with each exhale. This is happening automatically, naturally, without your conscious control. The sylphs know what to do. Your body knows what to do. You don't need to manage or control or think about breathing. You can simply observe it, appreciate it, feel grateful for it. And as you feel your breath, notice how it's slowing down, how it's becoming gentler, softer, quieter. This is the natural rhythm of breath as you approach sleep. Slower, deeper, more peaceful. The sylphs are slowing down with you. They're moving more gently. They're becoming less wind and more breeze, less storm and more calm. They're matching your energy, supporting your transition into sleep. In folklore, sylphs are said to live in high places, mountain peaks, the upper atmosphere, anywhere the air is thin and clear and close to the sky. But they also descend sometimes, coming down to ground level, moving through forests and over fields, bringing fresh air, clearing away staleness, renewing the atmosphere. The sylphs are doing this for you now. They're clearing away the stale air of the day. They're bringing freshness, clarity, renewal. Each breath in brings fresh possibility. Each breath out releases what's no longer needed. This is cleansing breath, renewing breath, the sylph's gift of fresh air, fresh start, fresh moment. Nothing from the past needs to be carried forward. Each breath is new. Each moment is new. Each now is completely fresh, completely clean, completely free from anything that came before. The sylphs understand freedom better than any other elemental. They're never trapped, never stuck, never confined to one place or one form. They move wherever they want. They change direction instantly. They slip through the smallest cracks and fill the largest spaces with equal ease. This is the freedom of air, the freedom of space, the freedom of not being solid, not being heavy, not being bound by gravity or obligation or expectation. Tonight, you can feel this freedom. You can let yourself become light. Let yourself become airy. Let yourself float free from all the weight you carry during the day, the weight of responsibility, the weight of identity, the weight of having to be someone, do something, maintain some role or image or expectation. Let it all go. Let it all fall away. Let yourself become as light as air, as free as the sylphs, as weightless as a cloud. The sylphs sing, though their songs are soundless. They're the whisper of wind through grass, the sigh of breeze through leaves, the soft rush of air moving through spaces. These aren't really sounds in the way we usually think of them. They're the sound of space itself, the sound of openness, the sound of nothing and everything at once. Listen to this soundless sound, the quiet hiss of air conditioning, or the distant whisper of wind. Or if there's no sound at all, listen to the silence, which is itself a kind of sound, a presence rather than an absence, a fullness rather than an emptiness. The sylphs are in this silence. They're in the space between sounds. They're in the gaps between thoughts. They're in the openness that exists when you stop filling every moment with noise and activity and doing. Just be open. Just be space. Just be the emptiness that the sylphs move through, that breath moves through, that life itself moves through. You're not a solid thing. You're a space where life happens. And right now, that space is becoming very quiet, very still, very open to whatever wants to move through it, including sleep. The sylphs have one more teaching to offer. It's about expansion. Air expands to fill whatever container holds it. It doesn't stay cramped or confined. It naturally spreads out, filling all available space evenly, completely, without any gaps or empty places. You can expand like this. You can let your awareness spread out beyond the boundaries of your physical body. You can feel yourself expanding to fill the room, expanding to fill the building, expanding to fill the neighborhood, the city, the world, becoming as vast as the atmosphere itself, as limitless as sky. This expansion is not scary, it's peaceful. It's a release from the small, confined sense of self. It's a reminder that you're not just this body, not just these thoughts, not just this small, separate individual. You're part of something vast. You're part of the air that surrounds the planet. You're part of the breath that every living thing shares. You're part of everything. And in recognizing this, in expanding into it, you find peace. The peace of not being small and separate and alone. The peace of being part of everything, of being the space in which everything exists. Let yourself expand now. Let your boundaries dissolve. Let yourself become as big as the room, as big as the sky, as big as everything. And in that vastness, there's nothing to worry about, nothing to fear, nothing that can threaten you, because you're not a small, vulnerable thing anymore. You're space itself, air itself. The sylphs themselves, invisible and free and everywhere and nowhere, all at once. We've journeyed now through all four elements. We've met the gnomes of earth, solid and patient and grounded. We've met the undines of water, fluid and adaptable and flowing. We've met the salamanders of fire, warm and transformative and glowing. We've met the sylphs of air, light and free and expansive. Four elements, four types of beings, four approaches to peace and rest, and the gentle art of simply existing without struggle or resistance or fear. And now, all four elements are coming together. Because you're not just one element, you're all of them. Your body is earth, solid and real and grounded. Your fluids are water, flowing and adapting and cleansing. Your metabolism is fire, warm and transforming and burning steadily. Your breath is air, light and free and constantly exchanging with the world around you. You're a perfect balance of all four elements. And when all four are in harmony, when earth is grounded and water is flowing and fire is warm and air is free, that's when you experience complete peace, complete rest, complete wholeness. The elemental creatures are all gathering now, around your bed, around your resting place. The gnomes below you in the earth, anchoring you, grounding you, keeping you stable and safe. The undines around you, like water, fluid and supportive, holding you in their gentle embrace. The salamanders within you, keeping you warm, maintaining your inner fire, ensuring you stay comfortable through the night. The sylphs above you, in the air, watching over your breath, ensuring you receive all the oxygen you need, that every breath in nourishes and every breath out releases. You're held by all four elements, supported by earth, embraced by water, warmed by fire, surrounded by air. You're completely held, completely supported, completely safe. And in this complete support, you can finally, absolutely, totally let go. The elements will hold you. They've held countless beings before you. They've held every sleeping creature since sleep began. They know what to do. They don't need your help or your conscious participation. They'll work while you rest. They'll maintain the balance while you sleep. They'll keep you safe and warm and comfortable and breathing steadily until morning comes. All you need to do is surrender. Surrender to earth. Let it hold you. Let your body become heavy, dense, solid, sinking into the bed like a stone sinking into soft soil. Surrender to water. Let it flow. Let your thoughts become fluid, your boundaries become permeable, your sense of self become as adaptable as a river finding its way to the sea. Surrender to fire. Let it warm you. Let it transform you from waking to sleeping, from consciousness to unconsciousness, from doing to being. Surrender to air. Let it free you. Let it carry away everything heavy, everything solid, everything that weighs you down or holds you back or keeps you from floating, free into sleep. The elemental creatures are singing now, each in their own way. The gnomes in deep, slow rhythms like the heartbeat of mountains. The undines in flowing melodies like streams and waves. The salamanders in warm, crackling harmonies like fire in a hearth. The sylphs in high, soft whispers like wind through distant trees. Together, their songs create a perfect balance, a perfect harmony, a perfect lullaby that speaks to every part of you, to your body and your mind and your spirit and your soul. Listen to the elemental lullaby. Let it surround you. Let it fill you. Let it carry you away into the deepest, most peaceful, most restorative sleep you've ever known. You are earth, solid and still. You are water, flowing and peaceful. You are fire, warm and glowing. You are air, light and free. You are all elements. You are everything. You are nature itself. And nature knows how to rest. Nature knows how to sleep. Nature knows how to let go and trust and surrender to the darkness and the silence and the deep peace that comes when all struggle ceases and only being remains. The gnomes whisper, you are grounded. You are safe. You are home. The undines whisper, you are flowing. You are held. You are carried. The salamanders whisper, you are warm. You are transformed. You are renewed. The sylphs whisper, you are free. You are light. You are everywhere and nowhere. And together, all the elementals whisper, sleep now. Rest deeply. You're held by earth and water and fire and air. You're held by everything that exists. You're part of everything. You're everything. And everything is at peace. Everything is at rest. Everything is exactly, perfectly, completely as it should be. Good night. Sleep well. The elements will hold you until morning, and when you wake, you'll rise like the sun, renewed, restored, reborn. But for now, just sleep, just rest. Just let the elements do what they've always done, what they've done since the beginning of time. Hold you, support you, keep you safe. The elemental creatures bow as they fade back into their realms. The gnomes sink into earth. The undines dissolve into water. The salamanders dim to embers. The sylphs dissipate into air. But they're not gone. They're just returning to their natural state, to the elements themselves. And the elements are always here, always present, always holding you, always supporting every breath, every heartbeat, every moment of your existence. Sleep in the elements. Sleep as the elements. Sleep knowing you're made of the same stuff as stars and oceans and mountains and wind. Sleep knowing you're part of everything. Sleep knowing you're held, always held, forever held, by earth and water and fire and air, by the elements, by existence itself. Good night.